Recording in progress.
So welcome back, everyone. This is our restorative mobility class. We will be stretching for the next 40-45 minutes or so. Again, if you have any requests on muscle groups that you want to spend a little bit more time on, please let me know in the chat or unmute yourself. But other than that, I'll probably go through the same routine. We'll start in our chair, go to our standing exercises or stretches, and then transition down to the floor. So let me lower this fan, it's blasting me in the face. So let's go ahead and begin by looking left to right. Okay, just looking left to right. Up and down. Next circles. Switch. We're going to try the one we started last week with the lymphatic flushing. So we're going to put our hand up here, keep our eyes on our hand, turn away diagonally, but still looking with our eyes, and then come back. So again, just keep your eyes on your fingers, turn away, keep your eyes on the fingers, and come back. So you should feel a gentle stretch a little bit more by engaging on your fingers. Good. Before that arm gets a little tired, we'll switch over. So again, fingers here, keep looking at them, turn your head diagonally, and keep looking at them with your eyes, and come back, and repeat. Two more. And last one. Very good. Alright, let's go ahead and turn left. And we're going to apply a little bit of pressure on the right side. Hi, Carmen. So again, turn left, apply pressure on your right chin. Relax, go to the other side, turn right, and apply pressure on that left side of the face. Very good. Alright, let's go ahead and sit in our left hand. Bring that right hand over. Allow that side to stretch. Let's switch. Turn that right hand over this way. apartment, do you ever go walking by the beach? Or are you always by Mouse Square Park?
What was it?
Do you ever go walking at the beach?
Um, Sometimes, but some areas I really like. I don't go all the time, but I guess frequently, but not as frequently as I would like to go.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to go every weekend in Puerto Rico. I mean, I miss it from here.
Yeah. No. I want to go there one day. Let's push up towards the ceiling. I was just chatting with my mom earlier. She wants to go to El Salvador pretty soon. Well, I don't know how soon, but maybe at the end of the year or maybe next year. But we'll see. Let's lean right. My older sister was supposed to renew her vows in June in El Salvador. Or I think she wanted to have a church wedding over there. But I think they moved from an apartment to a home, and I think just the expenses ran a little high. So they kind of just, you know, put the plans in the rear mirror. So we'll see. After my grandparents passed away about 18, 20 years ago, let's bring that right arm across. And yeah, after that happened, I never really had intentions to go back. There just wasn't like a call to go visit. Not really close with my aunts and cousins out there, just those the grandparents that were like the glue of the family. So, but we'll see, maybe soon. It's been 22 years since I've last been. Let's place our hands on our shoulders and then start with our circles here. Reverse. Let's go out and back. And then down and up. Feeling like I have chicken wings right now. Very good. Before those arms get a little tired. Alright, let's go ahead. As we're recovering, those are not the easiest on the shoulders and on the arms. We could go ahead and work on our back. So let's do trunk rotations. We'll come back to shoulders and upper back right now. But grab a hold of the seat and the backrest and just rotate. Switch, turn left, again grab a hold of the seat and the back rest. Relax. Alright, very good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more arm work here. So we're just going to go ahead and bring our elbows up, sorry, here, and then go out and back. Repeat. Very good. I'm gonna raise that right arm. Drop that forearm down, up. Let's switch. Very good. Okay. You can go ahead and just rotate here and do some shoulder circles. So have your nice strong posture, upright, shoulders up, forward, down, back. Reverse. Alright, we're gonna do a cat scratching pose. So sitting towards the front of the chair, separate your feet, legs from each other. Make sure you have space in there. Reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Come in. Repeat. Three more. And one more. Very good. And go ahead, just palms to our side, and just tap that opposite shoulder. Flip your palms, so now they're facing behind you, up and down. Let's go right hand in or right elbow in, turn that forearm inside, and then push out as far as you can, and then back. Three more. Last one. Very good. Left side. Very good. Alright, elbows here. And we're gonna wing out. And then back. I'm gonna sit towards the front of the chair. I'm gonna do hip openers. So we're here. Torso's nice and upright. Right leg, let's bring that out as far out as you can. And then you can use your hand to prevent that knee from dropping. It's gonna be here. Switch. Left knee out. Torso's nice and upright. Bring it back. We're gonna work on our wrists a little bit. Okay, so we don't really do this as often. But let's slide our hand, our wrist past our knee. We're gonna apply pressure downwards with our top hand. And with this hand, we're trying to push up. It's gonna work out your forearm. So we're gonna do 5 of these presses, okay? So go ahead and push. It's about the only strength stuff we'll do in this class today. So again, push, but allow that wrist to contract and raise. Repeat. 3, 4, and 1 more. 5. We're gonna switch. Left hand's collapse. Place that right hand on top and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. We're going to go ahead and work on the right hand. So bring each finger to the center of your hand without bending the knuckles. Alright, now let's bend each knuckle of each finger. So we still want to bring each finger individually to the inside, but bend each knuckle. Alright, now let's make a fist. And relax. Fist. Relax. Fist. Relax. Fist. Relax. Okay, let's web our fingers away from each other. So close them and then web them out. So they're closed. Web them. So we want to work on the tendons between each finger. Keep going. Right, left hand. So each finger individually to the center of the hand, keeping each finger straight. You don't want to bend. Alright, now let's go ahead and each individual finger the center of the hand. Make a fist. Relax. Fist. Relax. Relax. Alright, let's get our fingers together and then web them out. Together. Web them out. Web them out. Very good. We're going to do gentle wrist circles. So just right here, just very gentle wrist circles here. And then let's go in and out. And then up and down. Alright, so very good. So that's a long series of the hands and the wrists and the fingers, but again, I know personally, unless I do them here with you folks, I don't really take care of my hands very much, so hopefully, you know, giving them a little bit of love. So let's go ahead and start with our performance stretch. Left hand, or left hand, see, I'm not even thinking straight. Left ankle on that right knee. Oof. Debbie, you're pretty inland. It probably gets a little warmer in your neighborhood, huh? I think Debbie's napping. Let's push our hands down on that knee, gently down. Just keep pressing. And then let's bring that knee up. Again, reminder on Friday and Saturday, our 10 a.m. class will be at 8. So. Alright, let's go ahead and switch. Right ankle on that left knee. gentle push down. Let's go ahead and bring that knee up, hug it out. Alrighty, let's go ahead, sit towards the front of the chair, recline back, bring that knee up to your chest, and then extend that lower leg. We'll probably transition to the floor after these chair stretches. We'll save the standing stretches for Thursday. I know sometimes we have some folks that prefer those over the floor. Switch. All right. A few more on our chair and then we'll transition to the floor. So we're gonna do our right ankle sweep. So elevate that right leg, just hold it up using the support of your hands, and then turn right and then back. Switch, elevate that left ankle, and again turn left. I'm gonna go ahead and just do heel raises. So give me about 15 to 20 of these. Now toe raises, feet are flat and then toes up and down. And then right ankle, ABCs. Switch. Alright, and then feet are flat. Pull your toes towards your heels. Working on your arches. Alright, now keep your feet flat and pull your metatarsal pad area towards your heel. Feet are flat and pull. Alright, very good. Alright, we can transition down to the floor. And that's where we'll finish off. So if you're gonna grab some water before we start on the floor, you may do so. Alright. So let's go ahead, belly down. Reach out in front of you with your hands. Feet are flat behind you. Arms are extended. Just reach. Rest your elbows to your side. Slight stretch in the lower back. Alright, let's place our hands where our elbows were and push. Let's bring our glutes where our heels were. So glutes all the way back. Okay, reset. We want to shuffle our hands to the left side of the mat. Arch your back, keep looking down, arch up, bring your glutes back, then sit on your heels. Reset. Come back to the right side. Here, arch up. And glutes back. Reset. All right. Let me go ahead And bring our right top leg. We're on our side. Top leg here. Top leg. Swing it out front. Drop that foot. Stretching that hamstring. Let's go ahead and reach as far back as we can. Drop that heel. And reset. Alright, other side. Here. Alright, bring that top leg up and drop. Let's swing it back as far back as you can and drop that heel. And reset. Alright, let's go ahead. Get in a sit-up position. We're just going to do knee drops and we should be good for today. So we're here, sit-up position, arms to the side, and just drop your knees to the right side without lifting your back. And then switch. And again, back side. Switch. Repeat. Two more on each side. And repeat. All right, let's go ahead and call it for today. How's everyone doing? Anyone fall asleep? I was very close. All right, everyone, I'm gonna end this recording.
No.